Okay, so you've come to Cogito Education, and you can have a look at the whole website. But you today want to purchase the school's membership. So we come over to school, and here we can choose the number of courses, number of places that we want. So a space here is the open area for one student plus a teacher. The way it works is you buy a number of spaces, it's populated automatically, one by you, the teacher, and then the others you can assign to your students. Be careful how many you choose. We don't currently have the facility to add more afterwards, although that will be coming in time. So if you have, say, 20 students and you can't buy fewer than 20 places, that's important to note because the base price is £300, £15 per space, so you can't go less. If you have 20 students, you buy 20 spaces. Or 19 students, I suppose, you buy 20 spaces because one of those spaces will be for you. If you have more than that, you add more on. And when we go to checkout in a minute, you will be charged £15 extra per year for each additional space. But for the sake of today, let's just say there are 20 spaces. So we press sign up now. And it's been added to our cart. So we can view the cart up here, and it is ready to go. Now, I don't want to sign up to my newsletter today, although you definitely should if you haven't already. Now, before we go on, I'm going to apply my super secret coupon code so that I don't have to buy it for this particular one. I wouldn't try that yourself. That coupon code is gone by the time this video is uploaded. My security is at an all-time high. Okay, so now I am not currently registered in this account at all. This is my checkout page. I need to go through everything and become a member. So, what am I going to call myself? I am teacher, first name, last name, test. No company name, although you'll probably put your school in. And let me just fill in the rest of this information. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm most of the way down now. I've put in my my specially created email address. I've put in my username, and I will create a password that, because again, I'm going to delete all of this. I'm just going to make this simple. So it's just something that I can remember. Order notes, don't need any of that. Now, group name, this is important. This is the name of the class or the school, because you're purchasing a school package that you will want. So I might put in test school RS. Okay. So I click I've read the terms and conditions, and I press sign up now. Now this may take a moment. When you're doing this, by the way, it's just working in the background. No, I don't want to save the password. When you're doing this, you'll have had to have entered your payment details as well. Great, so purchase products, it says no products found, but that's fine. I go to my account there or there, personal account. You'll see here that I've purchased. So now it's purchased. When you go through it, by the way, you'll have had to have entered your payment details and so on. It says purchase products, no product found, but that's fine. I go to my account here or here. So let's just click there. Okay, so now I'm signed in to my course. When you come to when you come to this another time, you might need to sign in already. So let me just log out quickly, and I'll show you how. If I am on my, I come to the front end of the website. I just want to come over to account up here at the top, and then I want to type in my email address and my password, and I click log in. Yeah, let's save the password. Okay, so now I'm logged into my account. That's how you get into it if you aren't currently logged in. Although when you've purchased it, you will automatically be logged in. Now, I can view my subscription down here. This tells me when I started it 2 minutes ago, and when the next payment is due, 7th of January 2024, and all of the courses as part of the membership school that I have subscribed to. I can also cancel my subscription here. Now, if you want to go and have a look at your courses, you can click up here. This will take you to all of the courses because you are automatically enrolled as the teacher in all of these courses, all of the ones that you have signed up to. Okay, but I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just going to go backwards. I'm going to show you that from the student side in a moment. Because you are the teacher, you have this group management function. So I can click on the group management function in your account, and this takes you to your own private area. This is one that your students won't be able to access, but you will. Now, your group here, as you'd signed it up before, is called Test School RS, although you'll put your own name in. And currently you are registered as a user, and you are also registered as a group leader. Now, that's pretty permanent, but you can add another group leader if you need to, if you have another teacher. If you want to start adding your students, which I imagine you will want to do, we come over here to users. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a student. I've created an email address for that person. So let me just copy that. I'm going to add one, but you can also add multiple. Let me just show you add multiple first. Add multiple creates this this list here with all available seats or spaces remaining. So you have total 20 spaces, but you occupy one. So you have 19 spaces remaining, and they're all listed here. You can add as many of them as you want. I'm just going to add one right now. So if I click add one over here, I can add them with their first name, last name, email address, and set a password, or I can send an enrollment key. I'm going to send an enrollment key. I'm going to call this person test student. You'll put their actual name in, and then I'm going to put their email address in. Then all I do is I click add user. Okay, so now it says enrollment key has been sent to, and then their email address. Down here in my list of users, I have me, test teacher, and now I have also test student. They are logged on. They are not enrolled currently because they've received the email, but they haven't done anything about it. So let's go and find their email address, and they should have been sent an email. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log out here. You don't need to do this, but I want to show you what happens from the student perspective once you've added them as a teacher. So let's just log out. I'm then going to come over here. This is your email address, by the way, or the pretend teacher's email address. You've received various things. One of them has found its way into my spam, so I don't really want that to happen. This will just run through the basics of how to add students and so on. You also have various other emails, new group created, which just signifies that you have created a group, and some receipts as well, so that you can file them. Okay, we also have an account creation email. Now, let me go over to the test person email address, and they, in their newly created email, have received a sum total of one email. Wouldn't that be lovely if we logged on in the morning and we had one email in total? I bet some of you are organised enough to have that. Anyway, so it's from Luke at Cogito Education. If I go here, I've received this email address as a student. I've been invited to join Cogito Education by teacher test. That will autofill with your name and your email address. Here it tells me that this is the activation key that I can use to sign in. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go click this button and go to student registration. Okay, so it's opened up student registration for me. I'm a new user, so it's showing this form. If I were already an existing user, it would show me a form here. Now, I'm going to put in my details, test student, and then I'm going to create a password. I don't want to use a strong password. I'm going to be deleting it afterwards. So your students, of course, will want to use a strong password. Right, now I just click register your account. Oh, maybe I don't. Okay, so now it just takes a minute to register you. Okay, now I'm signed in as test student. Congratulations to me. Now, you'll notice up here in my account again that I don't have, because I'm a student and not a group leader, I don't have access to that link there that takes me to the group leader part. I just have your courses. So when I go to your courses, all of them are now accessible to me. So let me take a course. If I click on the ontological argument, I will come down to the whole list of different tutorials in the ontological argument. I can always follow this back here to my whole list of courses, but let me go down to the ontological argument again. Or in fact, I can filter up here and I can search for a particular one. So if I search ontological, then just that one will appear. So I click on the title here, and then I choose Introduction to the Ontological Argument. This then takes me to the focus mode. The focus mode, you'll notice that the banner at the top and the bottom have disappeared, and all I can see is my learning. So subject content is the first thing I'm taken to in the introduction to the ontological argument. If I click the introduction tutorial, I can then watch the tutorial. I want to introduce you today. Okay, and I can skim through the tutorial, although of course your students will not want to. They should watch the whole thing. Now, once I've watched this, I'm going to go to my quiz. So this will check the knowledge of the tutorial. Which two of these terms describe the ontological argument? I'm going to do this quiz, but I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to deliberately get some wrong because I want to show you what it looks like from the teacher side once I have completed this quiz. Okay, so I've taken the quiz now, and I received 70%. I haven't passed because I need to get 80% in order to actually pass this quiz. So I need to restart it and go through it again. Okay, so I've taken the quiz again as I've been prompted to, and this time I got 90%. So now I can click to continue. And then I move on to the next quiz. So I've just moved down here and so on. I don't want to continue for now, but as a student, of course, I would. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the Cogito sign at the top, which will take me out of this, in fact, out of it completely. And I'm going to log out of my student test group, and I'm going to log back in as a teacher. Where did that useful little thing go? There we go. Okay, so I've logged back in as you, as a teacher now. And so when I go to group management up here, I will see that the test student has gone from not enrolled to in progress. Now, I can check out how they're doing. I can update their user information here. But I can also check out how they're doing by clicking the in progress sign. Now I'll see that almost nothing is started apart from the ontological argument. When I click the down thing here on the ontological argument, the drop down menu, I can see that what they've done to get 22% complete is they've looked at the introduction to the ontological argument, and they've done the introduction to the ontological argument tutorial and quiz. Now, that's relatively in depth. If I go back here to group management, I'll show you how else I can get to that minute detail by going to the reports function up here. So if I click progress, then I can search for particular students. In this case, if I search test, anybody with the word test in their name comes up. So I've got my own account and test student. That takes me to that quite granular breakdown of all of their courses and how much they're complete in percentage terms. But I can do much more than that. If I go to reports again, I can go to the course report. So the course report allows me to choose a particular course from up here. So let's choose the only one that's been completed at all, the ontological argument. So if I have, for instance, set this as an assignment, and I want to check that my students have done it, I can choose the course, and then it shows me all of my students, including the teacher, and how far through the course they have got. So 22%, and they've started here, but they haven't. So date enrolled here means date they've started the course. They haven't completed it, but if they had, they'd have a date and time that they completed it. Now, that just tells me a little bit more about them. Now, that's not the only thing I can do. I can take that out into Excel, but I can also go to reports again and go to quiz report. So maybe I've set them a particular quiz or set of quizzes. You might use the final quiz function for this at the end of each particular course. But let's go to the ontological argument again. And then once I've selected the ontological argument, it'll give me a drop-down menu of the quizzes that are part of that course. So I could set them the whole thing and say I'm going to judge them based upon their final quiz. For the sake of this little demonstration, we're going to look at the one part of the course that we have completed, the ontological argument introduction quiz. Okay, so this will show me all of the times that people have taken the quiz. Now, I can customize the columns. If I want to get a slightly clearer result, I can get rid of their email address, I can get rid of their username, and so on. Let's just stop there because that seems pretty nice and clear to me. Now I can see that test student took it twice at 11:29 a.m. and then 11:30 a.m. The first time they got 70%, and I can click on that little file there and I can have a look at exactly where they got things right and where they got things wrong. So, for instance, I can see in the incorrect column that they got this one wrong. I can even click in and see exactly which one they chose and which one was correct. So I can get down to a really granular level with the quiz result. Again, I can export this into an Excel spreadsheet as well. Okay, so returning to the group management page, there are a few other things that are useful to know. One thing is I can email users. So I email from my account, or at least they will reply to me, although they will get an email from info@Cogito Education. I can choose particular courses. I could choose just not enrolled, or not started, or whatever. So let's say I just want to email those people who have not yet enrolled in the course, and then I can say, hey, why haven't you enrolled? And then I can put a message in here, and then I can send it off. Okay. Of course, there are no users in the group because everyone has enrolled, but if there were users, that would be sent off. Now, the other thing that I can do is I can edit the users. So here, I can remove the user. Now, I can also send a password reset. So if they've forgotten their password and they need some help, send them a password reset. The other thing I can do is I can remove this person. So this is really useful at the end of the year. If you have students graduating from your upper sixth, let's say, and you're going to expect a new cohort coming in the following year, you want to clear out some space so that you've got enough spaces to put your new cohort in. So we remove this user, and then they have no longer got any access to the course, and I can add new users. Okay. For now, I believe that's everything. If I want to find out any of this information, I can come down here, I can click on FAQs to find my basic answers to frequently asked questions, of which there are quite a few here, and for different things too. So your single user students or students who are signed up in your account can have questions answered here as well. And there are technical questions and questions answered for the on-demand lectures as well. I believe that is everything. If you would like to leave a review, you'd be more than welcome. Okay, very useful. Thank you very much.